Hello and welcome. Thank you for purchasing this app, SCANCARDS. It is an app that will allow you to perform 4 different effects. More than an app, SCANCARDS is a real tool that will allow you to customize a lot of things. And now we will take a look at the 4 different effects independently, and after I will show you how to sequence them if you like. But of course, you can perform them separately if you prefer. Now let me show you the first effect, and for that you need a deck of cards. Of course, normally I perform this effect with someone from the audience. I will play the role of the spectator, so the deck can be shuffled, the cards can be cut, and I asked the spectator to put the cards under the table. So I'll do it myself. The spectator is asked to cut the deck, so I'll do it myself 1, 2 or 3 times, whatever. And now you can choose the first card of the deck or the last one, as you want. The spectator decides. I turn it face up. And I do this with 2 more cards, the first one or the last one of the deck. And now the spectator is asked to put back the deck inside the box. During all these actions, I never take a look at the cards. Living in these modern times, we know that we are spied on all the times with Google, Google Maps, the GPS. And we can find in our smartphones microsensors. We will use this one to scan the deck. So I place my phone here, I scan the cards, and the app will do all the work. By analyzing the deck of cards, the app is able to see that there are face-up cards and also face-down cards, because, of course, we put 3 cards upside down. Now the app clearly shows us that there are 3 cards upside down, the 2 of hearts, the 7 of diamonds and the 3 of clubs. And if we take a look, effectively there are 3 face-down cards, the 3 of clubs, the 2 of hearts and the 7 of diamonds. This is it for the first effect. And now let me explain you the concept of this effect before talking about the next one. To perform this effect, you need the deck of cards in a specific order. You can use the stack of your choice that you will put in the settings of the app. But you can also choose an existing stack, a memorized deck like the mnemonica or the Aronson or the memorandum. There are a lot of memorized decks existing on the market. Personally, I use the mnemonica stack, and what is interesting with the app is that it already knows a lot of existing stacks. If you want to use your own personal stack or memorized deck, you can also do it, and you just have to enter it into the settings of the app. You press the button Emergency. Now you can see this panel that allows you to set up your own stack deck. Several things to set up. First, the stack you want to use. Here I use the mnemonica, but you can custom the stack. With Custom Maker, you will enter all the cards of your stack. So 5 of hearts, 9 of spades, and so on and so on. 10 of diamonds. You enter all the cards of your stack and you record all of your settings. For now, I will use the mnemonica. If you want to use the mnemonica but you doesn't know the order, it is really easy because inside the app you can take a look at the order of the mnemonica. If you take a look, you can clearly see the order of the mnemonica stack. It will help you to put your deck in order in the mnemonica stack, and if we take a look at the deck of cards, we can clearly see that it is in the good order, the order of the mnemonica stack, or by using another stack that you can find here. And now a second thing you have to customize in order to perform the first effect. This is the back design of the cards. Here we use red phoenix, but you can also use blue phoenix or bicycle cards. The Sandies are my personal brand, or you can also use the Tally-Ho, Circle, Zodiac as you want. And let me also tell you that in a future update coming soon, you will also be able to use your own back design. You can hide the settings for the next time you will launch the app. When you press Start, you always arrive on this false lock screen. Here we will put a PIN code. This is the method we use to give the information to the app in order to perform the magic effect. If you press 4 times on 0, it shuts down the screen. It's a false screensaver. You just have to push to unlock it. So how does the trick works? As it is a stack deck, if we cut the cards 1, 2 or 3 times, it changes the order of the cards, but not really. If you cut one more time at the key card, the deck is now back in order.
Voilà, je recoupe là maintenant et je suis revenu dans la situation initiale.
This principle is interesting. Here is what's happening under the table. The spectator cut the deck 1, 2 or 3 times as he wants. He now takes a card from the top or from the bottom as he wants, and he turns it face up and put it back inside the deck, near the middle. And the same action is repeated with 2 more cards. What is really important to understand is that the 3 cards chosen by the spectator and put face up inside the deck are the cards that follow the last card of the deck. As an example, here is the 33rd card of the deck, and here are the 34th, 35th and 36th card of the deck. Some will say, but if the spectator changes his mind, if he takes one from the top, one from the bottom, what will happen? It is easy, let me show you. Here is the key card if I take from the top. The 7 of spades follow the jack of clubs and I put it inside the middle of the deck. And now here are the 2 that will follow the jack of clubs. And now if I take the jack of clubs here, now we can see the king of hearts. Now the jack of clubs is not anymore the key card. Now it is this one, and these which will follow the king of hearts are the jack of clubs and the 2 other cards. So in fact, it doesn't matter if the spectator chooses from the top or from the bottom. In this case, the information I need to put in the app is the king of hearts. I know it is stronger if it is performed with the real spectator, but due to COVID crisis, I can't have anybody with me at home. The spectator is invited to do the actions under the table. He takes 1, 2 and 3 cards, put them face up and back inside the deck. Now you say to the spectator that when he will put back the deck on the table, perhaps you will be able to see 1 or 2 cards. So you ask him to turn the deck face up, so he will be sure that you won't be able to see nothing. I am near the spectator with the box inside my hands and I am acting like if I didn't want to see nothing. When the spectator takes off the deck from under the table, I just have to pick the last card of the deck, the card at the face of the deck. It is done really quickly, and when it is done, I give him the box and said to him, please, take back the cards inside the box, because I don't want to see nothing, thank you. In this case, it is the 6 of hearts. I will now give this information to the app by using the PIN code. It is really easy. For the value of the card, you use the first 2 numbers. So 01 is for the ace, 02 for 2, 03 for 3, and so on, and 11 for jack, 12 for queen, and 13 for the king. So in this case, for the 6 of hearts, I will put 06. 1 is for spades, 2 is for hearts, 3 is for clubs, and 4 is for diamonds, but you can set up this or change it in the settings of the app. I put 06, 2, 4, the 6 of hearts. The last number will be from 1 to 5, and it is to choose the effect you want to perform. Here I show you effect number 1, so we will put the number 1. So in our example, 6 of hearts, we put 06, 2 and 1. And now you press scan. Now you have to take a picture of the deck, so try to put it correctly inside the rectangle that is on your screen. You press a first time on the button Start to take the picture of the deck, and you press one more time, and now the animation begins. The app uses the back design we had set up earlier. And when you press Show, we can see 3 cards, and here are the 3 cards that follow the 6 of hearts in the mnemonic stack. Or if you are using another stack, of course it will show you the good cards. It is time for the verification. We have the 10 of clubs, the 5 of diamonds, and the king of diamonds. And if you want to put the cards back in the good order, even if you don't know the order by heart, it is really simple. You just have to follow the screen from top to bottom. You cut the cards once and it is back in a new mnemonica order with the 4 of clubs on top and the 9 of diamonds at the bottom. That's it for the first effect. Okay, now let me show you the second effect. For this, I need 2 spectators and I ask to each one of them to shuffle a pack of cards. Now I ask to one of the spectators to cut his deck, to put it upside down and to shuffle it with the other pack. So now we have a pack with face-up cards and face-down cards. The spectator can cut again, turn the pack and shuffle it again. All the cards are upside down. You have face-up cards, face-down cards. We can cut again, we can shuffle again. The spectator decides. At the end, we put every card together to have only one pack of cards. We have cards face up, face down. It is literally the chaos. And we can shuffle again for the last time. Now it is time to scan the deck. We put it inside the target and let the app do its work. Yeah, it's working. The app can detect that we have a lot of cards face up and also cards face down. It is time to watch the results. Oh, the app says that we have 19 cards face down. Let's count to verify. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 face-down cards. Correct. There are 9 black cards. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 black cards. And we can go further. All the red cards are number cards. So, yeah, it's okay. Number cards, number cards. Oh, oops. But sometimes the technology doesn't work so well. Perhaps the app has a last surprise for us if we press here. Oh, take a look. Except the Queen of Hearts. Well done. Perhaps you recognize this magic trick called shuffleboard from the famous magician Simon Aronson, who gave me permission to use it for my application. It is a sad news for us that Simon Aronson has passed away. He was a genius and it is a great loss for the magic community. But fortunately for us, he is still alive thanks to his great work we can find in a lot of books. So how does this trick works? To explain it to you, the principle of the trick, I will use these 2 decks. I will grab few cards from the black deck and also few cards from the red deck. Let's imagine we have here the 19 cards of the prediction. So let's do it. We take 9 black cards, and the rest are all red number cards. Except for the Queen of Hearts. So, this pack of red back cards is the one that will end face down. At the end of this shuffling process, you will have the pack of 19 cards, the one you prepared at the beginning because it is your prediction stack.
c'est le stack qu'on avait prévu à la base. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, j'avais oublié. Ah, puis 9 cartes noires.
But how can we manage to have at the end these 19 cards that are the only ones to be face down? It is really simple. At the beginning, I have my prediction stack on top of the deck, and I am the one who cut the deck before giving the packs to each spectator, so I know exactly where to cut. I will show you this after. And the spectator can shuffle the cards with the good ones, the ones from the prediction, with the other ones, the ones that we don't care about. The spectator cut, turn the pack upside down, and shuffle again. So the cards with a red back design stays together, and it is the same for the cards with a black back design, which stays together face down. If we cut again, here we are. But if we turn the pack, we will shuffle the blacks with the blacks and the face-up cards with the face-up cards. We can do this as much as we want. It is easier to understand with two separate decks, one black and one red. It doesn't matter, we will always shuffle the blacks with the blacks and the reds with the reds. At the end, you take one of the two packets, you turn it upside down and you shuffle it with the other one. And we will have the blacks with the blacks and the reds with the reds. But now let me show you a nice subtlety to add on. It's a perfect fuller for magician. Let me show you. You have to grab the cards like that, in the front, in the back, in the front, in the back. It is a nice subtlety. It seems like a real mess, but it is not. It doesn't change anything. It's a great fuller for magicians and also for the audience. This nice subtlety is an idea from the famous magician from Spain, Woody Aragon. He has described it in one of his DVD. And he said that another magician had the same idea, but I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of this magician. But I think you have to think about this move, because it's a real magician's fuller, of course.
Ça vaut le coup d'œil, parce que même pour les magiciens, à la fin, quand vous faites ça, on dit tiens, je connaissais jusque-là, mais alors du coup, là, je comprends plus.
Now the question is how to keep the stack of 19 cards for the prediction if you work with the mnemonic stack, because you can, as I said, sequence the first effect and the second effect. Let me put back the deck in mnemonic stack. So here it is. And what is interesting is that this stack of 19 cards are in fact the 19 first cards of the mnemonic stack. So if you cut at the 2 of diamonds, you have the 19 cards. You have the 9 black cards, and all the red cards are number cards except for the Queen of Hearts. As I said to you earlier, you can, if you want, sequence the first effect and the second effect. At the end of the first effect, you put back the cards, the 3 cards of the triple divination, in order, so you are back in the mnemonic stack. Then you have to cut a first time at the 4 of clubs, with the 9 of diamond at the face of the deck, and one more time you cut at the 2 of diamonds. And now you are ready to perform shuffleboard. I won't show you it again, but I will show you now how it works with the app. When you unlock again the phone, the app resets, so you have the screen in which you can put the PIN code. In contrary of the first effect, you don't have a special PIN code to enter here. You just have to finish by the number 2 because we are performing effect number 2. The app is now ready to perform shuffleboard. So we just have now to scan the deck. If in the settings you choose to work with the mnemonic stack, you will have at the end of the process the good predictions, I mean the 19 cards with the 9 black cards, and all the red cards are number cards except for the Queen of Hearts. The sentences are customizable if you want. Just because if you want to work with your own stack or with another stack, you can, and you can change in the settings the sentences. You can put more predictions, more revelations if you want. I said prediction, but in reality these are just sentences. It is the result of the scan. I said prediction because it's easier, but it is not a prediction trick. So you can customize up to 6 sentences if you like.
dans l'application. Mais
So if we take a look, we have 19 cards, 9 black cards. All the red cards are number cards except for the Queen of Hearts. Okay. Now I go back to the settings to show you.
ici, donc prédiction. On peut se
So here I am in the custom mode, and as you can see, I only put 3 sentences because for me, I finish with a little twist. I will show you this after. I think it's better. I will show you.
Voilà, mais on peut rentrer les cartes. Hein. Donc, il y a
Here I put, there are 19 cards face up. Yes, face up because I also perform another trick. 9 black cards.
et toutes les cartes.
And all the red cards are number cards. I don't speak about the Queen of Hearts because it is linked to the variation I will show you. So here it is for the settings.
Prédiction, custom mode. Ok, donc là c'est paramétré. Donc là, si je refais le tour, à la fin, il restera bloqué sur la 3e prédiction. Bon, je vous le dis tout de suite. Comment révéler
Then now if I do the trick again, at the end, it will stay on the 3rd prediction. So I will show you how to end the trick in a more magical way. Yes, because I think sometimes people can believe that the app does all the work and not the magician. So I scan the deck again, the animation is working, and at the end I think it's better to finish with something more organic.
Et donc voilà comment je procède.
So we can see the result of the scan. 19 cards face up, 9 black cards, and all the cards, the red cards, are number cards, and it ends here. And I say yes, sometimes we can see that the technology is limited, so we have to use real magic. Let's have a look inside the technology. I take off my phone case and we can find a business card. Yes, most of the time I put business card here because spectators want me to give them my business card. And if we take a look, here is what is written, except for the Queen of Hearts. Here is how I end the trick. I think, honestly, it is more magical for spectators because the prediction is here in my phone case since the beginning. And I think people won't believe anymore that the app does all the work for me. So it is how I end this trick, because I like to sequence the 4 effects in a row. You can do it if you want, of course, and what is interesting with this app is that you can sequence the 4 tricks and you have then a little magic show, yes, of perhaps 15 or 20 minutes of pure magic. And now let's see the 3rd effect called card count. For this, you need the deck of cards, and you invite the spectator to take a small amount of cards and to shuffle them. After this, the spectator put his hand on the small packet of cards, and now you take the app and you will scan his hand. Now, if we take a look at the animation of the app, we can see numbers turning around. The app is called Card Count, and the result is 21. Perhaps it means that we have 21 cards in this small packet. 21 cards. Here it is for the effect called Card Count. It is really easy because in fact we still use a stack deck, a memorized deck, so the one of your choice, or for me, it is the mnemonic stack. When the spectator cut the deck on a card, here is the 3 of spades, it will give me 2 informations. In my stack, the 3 of spades is the card number 21. So here there are 20 cards. Perhaps you don't know the order of the stack and so you don't know there are 20 cards, but the app will know if you enter this information, I mean the 3 of spades. So you just have to give the information to the app, and if you use a marked deck, it is far better. The spectator cut the deck, you take a look at the mark on the back of the cards, and you can see Jack of Hearts, and you just have to give this information to the app, the Jack of Hearts. So the app will be able to say that there are 19 cards. So you can see how it is powerful to know a stack or memorized deck. But thanks to the app, you can perform the trick without knowing the order of the deck. What is nice with this app is perhaps you are at the beginning of the process of learning a stack deck, but you can still use the app without knowing totally the order of a stack or a memorized deck. So to begin, you just have to enter the card. So here is the 8 of clubs. So you do the same as for the first effect, by using the screen with the pin code. You end by the number 3 because we are performing effect number 3. You then scan the hand of the spectator and the animation begins. The app is working, and because it knows the mnemonic stack, it will tell us that we have 32 cards on the table. For the next effect, called the brain scan, now this time we will scan the brain of the spectator. Here you have two possibilities. You can give the name of the card that the spectator has seen, or a card you want to force to the spectator. This is for the first possibility. Or you still use a stack deck or a memorized deck, and you just have to enter the name of the card that is next to the card chosen by the spectator. We have to go to the settings if you want to input the card you want to force to the spectator, so this card at the end will appear in the animation of the brain scan effect.
Alors, on va aller voir dans les paramètres. Voilà, c'est dans méthode de pick.
So you have to go to the pick method section. If you choose pick -1, it is, as I said, the card that follow the card that was chosen by the spectator or the card that was seen by the spectator. So, as an example, here we have 30, and if we choose pick -1, the card that will appear in the brain scan will be the 29th card. And if you prefer to choose direct pick, if we take as an example the Jack of Diamonds, you just have to put 11 for Jack and 4 for Diamonds. And this is the effect number 4. You scan the brain of the spectator, so you take a picture of the spectator. Here I can do it because, I am alone. You will have to rehearse a little bit to have the animation of the brain turning around in the middle of the head of the spectator inside the picture. It is better. You just have to rehearse a little bit. Normally, at the end of the animation, the app will show us the Jack of Diamonds. And here it is. The spectator was brain scanned, and we can see in his brain the chosen card, the Jack of Diamonds. If you choose in the settings pick -1, because in fact I perform effect 3 and 4 together, the spectator think about the chosen card, he shuffled the cards, so in the first time, the app will reveal the number of cards that are under the hand of the spectator, and after, with brain scan, the animation will show us the 10 of clubs. In fact, this is effect number 5 that allow you to perform effect 3 and 4 together as one. I am back in the settings with pick method and choose pick -1. Here you can also choose to put the cards in chased order. That means clubs, hearts, spades and diamonds. This is the order generally used in America or in England, but I prefer to stay with the order spades, hearts, clubs, diamonds. If you want, you can also define the delay of the standby. I prefer to deactivate it, and for that it's really easy. I just have to put 0 seconds. Then it will switch in standby mode just by pressing the button. So that's it for this effect.
Je crois que là, tout ce qui est là, c'est dit. Bon, je vais vous montrer l'effet numéro 5.
Now let me show you effect number 5. For the effect number 5, the spectator cut a little packet and take a look at the card, here the 6 of spades. While the spectator is shuffling his little packet, you just have to take a look at the card next to the one he is thinking of. If you have a marked deck, it's easier. Here the card is the 5 of spades. Now we can scan the hand of the spectator. We just have to put the pin code, and don't forget to put 5 at the end of the code. This is to perform effect number 5, and it will allow us to perform effect 3 and 4. So we scan the hand of the spectator and we let the app work. It will detect the number of cards under the hand of the spectator. 15 cards.
15, c'est juste.
Now we can press End and we will switch to the brain scan mode. The app will scan the brain of the spectator and will reveal the card the spectator was thinking of.
Regardez, en l'occurrence,
Here, the card is the 6 of
le
spades.
6 de pique. Voilà pour
Here are all the effects you can perform with SCANCARDS. And now let's see how to sequence the 5 effects. Because if you want to perform the 5 effects one after each other, there is a little bit of challenge because at a moment notice, the spectator will shuffle the deck. And you have to remember, we use a stack deck, a memorized deck. As an example, if the spectator cut more than 19 cards for the effect in which we need to have this stack of 19 cards, it will be a little bit complicated to perform the other tricks. So we have a solution here. We will go into the settings and set up a new stack deck, a new memorized order. It is nearly the same stack, we just have to cut the 19 first cards at the bottom.
custom. Alors je vais le faire rapidement. Voilà, chapelet.
Now we go to custom stack in order to input the new order. I will do it for you really quickly.
Je vais le faire. Voilà.
It is done. We had set up the customized stack and now we are ready to perform the 4 effects in a sequence.
Faire les 4 effets à la suite. Alors comment ça se passe? Donc en fait, en pratique, vous n'avez pas besoin d'avoir, ça reste le mnémonique.
Of course, you can do it with your own stack, but here I give you a solution to perform it with the mnemonica. So, the deck can be cut as much as we want. The spectator take one card, turn it upside down and put it in the deck, and the same with the second card and with a third card. All the deck is turned upside down. We pick at the 2 of diamonds and we ask the spectator to put the deck back in the box. We now scan the box and we will put the pin code corresponding to the 2 of diamonds. So for the first effect we will scan the box and the app will determine the 3 cards that are face down. So now you know how this effect works.
Ça, maintenant vous avez compris comment ça fonctionne. Parfait. On lui demande de nous montrer.
So we take back the deck out of the box to verify and we have the Jack of Hearts, the 3 of Spades and the 8 of Spades.
Vainqueur 3 de pique, 8 de pique. On les remet.
So we put the card back in order as shown on the screen, the Jack of Hearts, the 3 of Spades and the 8 of Spades, and now we just have to cut the deck in order to have the 2 of Diamonds at the bottom of the deck. You then ask to the spectator to cut a small amount of cards, not too much, because we will going to count the cards and we don't want this to be too long. And normally he is able to cut about 1 or 2/3 of the deck till the 9 of diamonds, but we don't want that. So by asking to cut a small amount, normally he will take a few cards and he will not destroy our prediction stack. You shut down the phone by pressing on the button. And now the spectator cut a pack and memorize the card. Here it is the 4 of Spades. You tell the spectator to shuffle the cards and you do it as well to show him how to shuffle properly the cards. In fact, you perform a false shuffle and in our case you pick at the 7 of Hearts. For the false shuffle, you take 1, 2, 3, 4 cards and you switch back the packs. It is a false shuffle you can find on my personal DVD, The ABCs of Card Magic. By doing this, we picked at the 7 of Hearts. Now we ask the spectator to put his hand upon the cards on the table. And we just have to use the pin code to enter the 7 of Hearts. And don't forget to end the pin code by the number 5 for effect number 5 to sequence the last two effects, count cards and brain scan. And now we can scan the hand of the spectator. And now the app will give us the amount of cards under the hand of the spectator. So we have 21 cards. 21. Perfect. Then you press hand and you scan the head of the spectator. I tried to do my best as I am alone. I scanned my own brain and I thought it was the 4 of spades.
Lisez la carte dans la tête du spectateur. Et c'était, me semble-t-il, le 4 de pique.
Let's see. Yeah, here it is, the 4 of spades. And now you are ready to perform shuffleboard, even if the spectator has shuffled the deck, thanks to the little preparation we made at the beginning. You just have to cut the deck at the 9 of diamonds and you give a pack to each spectator, or you can keep them as you want. And now you go on with the procedure of the trick shuffleboard, as seen before: cut, turn, shuffle, and so on and so on.
Tac, tac, tac. On retourne le dernier, on mélange. On peut rajouter ça, 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 ça. Voilà.
And now we enter a random pin code ending by 2 and we scan.
On laisse faire l'animation. Et ça va nous révéler évidemment.
We let the animation start and it will reveal us that we have 19 cards face down. Oh, sorry, I mean face-up cards, because of course I let in the settings the personalized prediction, so you just have to turn the deck. But let's have a look.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
19 cards, correct. 9 black cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 black cards. And all the red cards are number cards. Number. Try to put the queen at the end of the stack if is it possible, but normally it works alone. Oh, it seems that we have a problem, but yes. Remember, we have to go inside the technology, and if we take off the phone case, we have the business card, and on it is written except for the Queen of Hearts. So this is the end of this sequence, and it lasts 15 or 20 minutes perhaps, and it's a beautiful way to end a close-up session. So here you have a nice magic trick using a smartphone, but in a really original way. So that's it for SCANCARDS. I hope everything was clear. In the future there will surely be updates, but yet you are able to perform the few tricks I showed you in this video. You then have a lot of solutions with different stack decks, a lot of memorized deck. We didn't integrate the system-in system because it was harder to use with the trick shuffleboard. But you can use an existing stack, or you can personalize the app to use your own stack deck. Perhaps you will find a nice solution to work with the app and the system-in system, so I will be glad if you share it with me, so don't hesitate and send me an email. That's it, so have fun with SCANCARDS, and if you want, I would like to invite you to discover another application I developed with my friend Sebastian. It is called Ekate, Any Card at Any Time. It's a really nice app, and it also works with a memorized deck, with a stack deck. Have fun, and thank you again for purchasing SCANCARDS.